Hi guys, today I will be reviewing the Toddler swing. This is meant to be outdoors or indoors, but obviously we're probably gonna keep it outdoors. It's for babies ages 6 to 36 for this. This actually comes off and then you can have it just them sitting here with the back, without the back. We got it for my 1-year-old for her first birthday and she absolutely loves it, so I wanted to do a little review on it. We got it on Amazon, of course, and we put it in the backyard. You can also put it indoors. These apparently come up and then you can kind of store it a little bit nicer against the wall, out of the way if you choose to. At first it was a little bit difficult to get her inside and take her out, but she learned and I learned, and now she's a little bit more lenient of bringing her feet back in and sitting down a little bit nicer to make it easier so she doesn't scrape. But this plastic is actually pretty good plastic. It doesn't really hurt if you scrape against it. You feel a little bit, but it's not like you're really hurting yourself if you do happen to graze it. It also has a little seatbelt here that you can put on. She doesn't really need it, but you know, it's good for safety. Now for this setup right here, it's for babies 6 to 36 months. And then you can remove this, and you can also remove the back when they get older. So you can remove this for like a toddler that's a little bit older, and then for like a big kid, you know, someone that's a few years old to like 10 years old and they just want to swing, you can take off the back too. I thought this was a lot harder to take off, but it's really not. So technically, if I do want to take this off before I put her in, you could, and all you have to do is just unscrew the bottom. Just unscrew that. And then it pops off with a little bit of muscle. So that will come off. And then the bottom half and then I slide her in for her to be able to swing. Now, I haven't done it yet since my baby is using just the regular seat like this, but I showed you earlier how to take this off if you want to have no piece right here and just the back. It's the same way as the front. If you want to remove the back, you just unscrew this little piece right here, and then you'll take off the back that way. And that way it'll just be this pink piece of the swing if they want to swing with no support. Like I said before, if you do want to fold it against the wall, if you don't have that much space, you can push this up and you push the other side up and then you'll fold together. So it's pretty simple if you want to have it for storage, but it makes more sense to just, if you have the room, to just keep it out all the time.
The only negatives that I've noticed about the swing is that I've seen it rust in a couple different places, but it has been through a bunch of rain, it's in the sun all day, so it's kind of expected.
The assembly for this really wasn't that hard. It came with a lot of pieces together. The only thing that was so difficult, and I had zero instructions on, was the ropes. The ropes took me like a couple different tries to figure out. I wrapped them like so many different ways. So essentially I'll take it apart so you can see what I did, but you could do different ways to get it higher. At first it was like tilting forward and it wasn't even, so you kind of have to adjust to your liking and the height that you want for your baby. So there's a metal clasp here that you'll tighten to secure the swing, but you don't need to undo it at all in order to fix this if you mess up. Basically what I did was I wrapped, this is like 2 pieces, so I wrapped one in here, I wrapped one end through this tube, I brought them both down to here, and then I came and took the ends, I brought them back again, so that's how it's 3 pieces, 1 and then the last 2, and then I fit this in here. So I put this back in here, and then you pull down and kind of match the other side. You can get enough slack to make it even. So you want to even with both sides. So this comes up a little bit more, you pull down, seams the seams up a little bit more, pull down again. That seems pretty even, maybe just a slight more. Now it's secure, very secure. Then you'll take the back part and you'll put it in here. Make sure that you put it in this hole. It might be a little bit difficult at first. And then through this hole as well. And then you'll tie the bottom. Make sure that it's tied the same amount of length as this side so it's even. I want mine a little bit higher. And then the higher you push this up and the higher you tie it, the higher obviously the swing will be. So that one's done. Now it's lopsided. I gotta do the other side. So again, we'll finish the hole in this side. It's lopsided, so now I need to adjust. So you'll undo this part, and you'll undo the other part, this part, and then they'll be free flowing. You kind of have to do it a couple times to adjust to make sure that everything's even. As long as the back, I mean, it may be like a little bit off, but as long as the back is backwards and not tilted forwards, like if there's too much slack here, it'll be forward. You don't want them to fall forward. You rather them be angled back. Now it looks so much more even and she's ready to swing again. I will link this exact model in the description below in case you wanted to find it for your little one.